What is going on, guys? Today we have got Kai Havertz Futties 94 Premium. Beautiful. You're tired of coming up against teams that want to rip your hair out every single day. Make sure you check u7buy.com for the most reliable and cheapest coins on the market. And at checkout, make sure you hit that JT11 for 5% off your order, and hopefully you have a good day. So in today's video, we are looking at the new SBC today, and that is going to be our man Kai Havertz. He looks phenomenal. 94 rated. I'm just trying to get Footbin up as we speak to see what the weak foot is, as normally there's a visual glitch, but by God does he look fantastic. He is a 4-star, 5-star, which actually is right on this. 6'2", high medium, left footed. The card looks nuts. Genuinely looks nuts. We've got, what do we got? Finesse outside of the foot. Love it. Everything but flair. If we had that, then God, this card would be beautiful. He's obviously got the German links, which is always nice. And in the new Futties Premium links, it is... you get obviously a one for the nation, but if it's I believe it's the same nation for the same league, you get a perfect link or a strong link instead of just necessarily just the normal link. So it's like the best possible. So very interesting. There is obviously the news for FIFA 23's chemistry, which we will cover later on when more is about it. So we've got the pace already at pretty much at the top level we need. Shooting's looking good, passing solid, dribbling's good, great composure on him. We've even got a bit of physicality as well. 86 on that strength. We've got a good amount of heading. Obviously being 6'2", that's not going to be terrible. And he looks a good card. Chemistry star wise, we've got 21 votes. Let me just see if there's any more there. We've now still got 21. Hawk or an engine. Okay, so a Hawk would give him 98 pace, 98 shooting, 89 physical. That's a nice move. 96 on the cam, 97 everywhere else. And an engine makes him 95 everywhere, 97 cam, and 96 centre forward with 98 pace, 97 dribbling, and 97 passing. That's a tough one. I think it gives you the 99 agility balance. I would probably say I would probably go with the Hawk. More so than anything, as I want him more as an attacking player. I'm interested to know where he can go in my team, actually. I'm interested because this is the main team. I'm just thinking if there's a position possibly for him. Fred's obviously there. He gets the link, so we can just whack him in Fred's position. I would actually like to try him more up front as well. I feel like this card has definitely got the ability for a striker, or at least more of a centre forward than necessarily a cam. We've got obviously a lot of top-end players now, so let's go with the Hawk on him. Let's just get that on and just see the chemistry boost with them on top. So this is what you're looking like with the Hawk. Again, at the end, we'll show you what the engine will look like. I'm feeling more shooting, and I want to see what his attacking sort of prowess is. Fred's normal position is more... It's more of a box-to-box more than anything. I suppose you could argue that you could go with Havertz there, but the defending for me would not really give him that vital position. Because Zidane's there as well, I would kind of always offer more of a defensive option and then a box-to-box option, and that's normally where Fred would kind of come in. So we'll change it around and kind of move a few people around to see what we can go with. Let's jump straight into him, see what this card can do for us. Right then, straight into Havertz. The big thing that we're going to have a look at as well is we've already got... That is a solid ball. Can we find it back to him? Looking on the edge for that finesse, and that's a good block for Desai. But the good comparison that you're going to be making is you've got a Team of the Season Foden. You also then have a Futties Premium Mount. We have got a lot of cams in that Prem sort of era, so it's going to be very interesting to see who necessarily comes out on top in that, as I am absolutely in love with that Foden card. Very, well, I think he was expensive for the time, but I think the card itself was an absolute gem of a card. So we find it through his legs here. Little turn around. Oh, we went for the chip, and I didn't mean to go for the Ronaldo chop. Very easy to find him in this sort of forward position. I'm interested because he's 6'2". Sometimes height can be the biggest advantage and the biggest disadvantage. He's a devantage sort of card. You obviously get me there. He's got the pace. Little 1-2 with Mbappe if we can. Can see him there. Straight onto it, but Chiellini is not giving up that easy. Here he is again. A little left foot into Richarlison. Then we find him back on that overlap. Goes for the finesse. The keeper's out. It is silly, silly keeping there. I don't know where he thought he was going, but it's Havertz dance time. Oh, okay, this is going to be the test. Prime R9, Vinny team of the season, Son team of the season. Okay, the big thing as well with Havertz is that finesse shot. If you've got a cam, and this will be the question of the day if you are still watching, what formation do you play? Because if you have got a cam, I feel like he could play left, right, or centre cam and actually be quite efficient either way. So I'm interested to know where you play if you have that position available, as I do think, well, when you've got Bale just scoring that, it's just, what more can you do? But if you are playing a cam, I feel like that is actually going to be a very, very good position for him. Sometimes cards, they can say cam, but sometimes they're striker, left mid, right mid. Depends on, obviously, how the stats are marked up. But judging from the height, body kind of position, agility sort of style, I feel like cam would actually be quite perfect for him. Havertz not letting Reece James come through as he goes through him. Havertz on that overlap. The pace on him's nice. Definitely not necessarily as quick as you'd think he would be, but still pacey at the very minimum. The problem I've got is I haven't actually really tested Mount out to all of his ability yet, so we can't even make a massive comparison between them. And honestly, this right-hand side is scoring for fun at this rate. Find him here again. Agility side of stuff is probably as good as you're going to get it, really. And this is where my thinking of the engine is not necessarily needed as much. If anything, I'd rather have maxed out shooting just purely for the fact that he is able to just do that. That is absolutely exquisite. Right foot as well. 5-star weak foot coming in clutch. Honestly, well worth SBC. I don't think he's too expensive. I thought he was going to be more, just seeing the free SBCs he had to complete. 86 being the highest. So far, I don't think that's a bad option at all. As he gets the ball into Mbappe and Virgil, I saw a cheeky elbow there. Looking for that attacking option from him. See the pace coming in here. Little finds it. Keeper's out. Thought he might have been. Finds him here. Goes for the right foot again. I was looking for maybe an outside of the foot. Might have been quite a nice option there. There he is. Finds the ball in. It's a beautiful weight. Oh, I thought the keeper was going to come out. He didn't in the end. There it is. Oh, and Virgil stopping it. Back to him. Flick it. Oh, no, not quite. Little spin. Looking for it again. Little spin again inside. Beautiful from Tonali. Such a good DM. Controlling the show here. Finds the left foot. It's always nice. I've always found it's nice to have a left-footed and right-footed striker if you're possible. If you've got Mbappe R9, then what more can you do? He's going to try and go across goal. It's a beautiful save from Alisson. But I just find it gives you a little bit more scope when you're going for a right-footed and a left-footed striker, because you know you've got that ability to be able to make that left-footed pat through ball, get there eventually. And you know you can do it. And Bale's so close. And I just find it just a little bit easier. Obviously, being left-footed myself, I kind of see it the way they see it sometimes. And it's very much a superstition more than anything. Anybody can see anything. But it's just nice to know that you've got that pass there. Whereas they tend to lean towards the right foot. That's obviously where everybody's going to be defending. Until they realise someone like Bale's on the ball. You know full well he's left-footed. Pingers into him. Little spin across. Goes across goal. And that's a great save from Manyan. Flicks it into him. Tries to find the opening. And Havertz with another. That is stunning. I did think he was going to get that tackle, but we managed to do it. So we're going into the overall for Havertz then. So the card itself is coming in. I'd probably say, actually, how much is that 83? The 83 can't be that much. So 111, 180. Say about 200k at max, really, because that is inflation price at the moment. More than likely about 180, I can imagine. It's saying 180, but obviously these are a little bit more expensive until things start to come down throughout the night. I think that's an absolute solid deal. Like I say, the only thing that we've got between Havertz is the fact that you have got a Foden already, a 92 if you've completed that SBC, and also you have a Mount, which is obviously absolutely free, just an objective. 94 as well. Again, he is more, I definitely say Mount, you've definitely got more of a box-to-box. So if you haven't got a cam roll, straight away, I'm saying Mount is the best, 100%, because that will work very, very well in comparison to the rest. Foden and Havertz are more your attacking players. Both of them can play striker. Both of them are very good at the cam. I don't think either of them can really play a left wing or right wing role, but I'd say a left cam, right cam could definitely suit them as well, depending on what formation you're playing. Obviously, all of them have got solid pace. Shooting-wise, again, all in the 90s. 92 on the passing. Mount's got the best one there. Dribbling, Mount again. Defending is where the cams obviously don't have a massive amount of defending, which is obvious. Physicality, Havertz actually takes the winner there. In terms of information, we've got a 5-4, 4-4, and a 5-4. So Mount and Havertz take the cake on that one. Left-footed for Foden and Havertz, both cams as well, which is always nice. Medium high, high, so that's where Mount definitely is box to box. And then you obviously have the 6'2" for Havertz. So the big thing that he's going to have over the other two is he wins headers. Natural. If you're 6'2", you're bound to out-head, or you'd like to think you're going to out-head somebody who's 5'7". And 5'10", again, he might win a couple, but he's going to be more on the floor more than anything. In terms of the prices, I don't know if we've got a price. Oh, no, it's at the top. Mount's obviously free. 400 for Foden. The SBC has gone for him. So if you haven't got him, he's out the question. If then you're looking at Havertz, he's 180. So really, you've got a box-to-box and a cam. So if you're a Chelsea fan, you are loving these two objectives. You've got a cam and a box-to-box in literally 2 days. So that is absolutely outstanding. If you are going for chem stars, I believe Hawk is for what I would go for Havertz. I'd then be looking at probably, do you go, I suppose you could go Hunter, but I don't know if it's overkill, because you're not necessarily you're getting 2 more pace, whereas you can get 5 more physical. You can argue with that one, I think. And then Mount as a box-to-box, I'd be looking somewhere. If you're looking box to box, you could go for the anchor just to make sure that's defending's okay. Or again, you could be looking at that Hawk just to make sure that shooting is going nice. If you're going for more of an attacking box to box, then that is the option. So they are the 3 that I would compare them the most. In terms of other Premier League players, if we're looking at our cams, you're then looking at the likes of Solskjaer, Rashford, Mane, Grealish is absolutely unreal. The price tag is definitely worth it on that one. Coutinho's creeping his way back in. So again, it's where he kind of fits in there. I'm absolutely in love with Solskjaer, but I've got his left wing version, so that kind of still works for me. Rashford, his price is literally 10 times. So you can argue that the effectiveness is going to be outweighed by the price between the two. If you're paying 1.5 million for a card or 180, the 180, as long as he's solid, I don't expect him to be as good as the 1.5. But again, not everybody has the coins. Then Grealish, again, coming in a bit cheaper, but I would say Havertz is worth more because obviously you're not having to pay out 400k at this point in the game. So I think for me, he is a well worth SBC. Yeah, it's coming in at 217. I'd say drop to at least 200 once the game's fully out. I don't know if that's actually... Yeah, it's an expensive one. 35k, there's no way you can... 83 rated team, 35k is nowhere near what you'd actually have to pay. From personal experience anyway. You can buy 83s for about 1.3k to 1.5. So that already equals literally, what, 20k at the max. So that for me is absolute garbage. Someone's put in a random team there. So Hawk for me is definitely the way forward for him. I think he's a well worth card doing. And the big thing for these cards and why I try and get pretty much all of these completed is this is it. This is the final showdown. This is where you stack your club with 94s. There's no more Havertz after this. You can go get his 91, but this is his best version now. I would literally try and complete as many of these footies as you can, even if it means mudding your club a little bit, because we are going to get SBCs that just replenish everything in the next week or so. It always happens. There's no way that it doesn't. It's the end of the game. There is no way that they don't give us that 85 times 10. It's already in the code. We've just got to hope that it's repeatable like last year and as cheap as last year. But I guarantee it more than likely will do, as it just cycles the game quite nicely. Overall for Havertz, I was actually really impressed. We played him in a more an attacking kind of phase of the game, and I think for me he did absolutely wonderful. I'd say he's actually a 10 out of 10. pace is good. Not necessarily, doesn't feel 98, but feels high. Shooting was phenomenal. Dribbling was nice, especially for somebody 6'2". Very nimble on the ball. Good left stick dribbling. Passing was lovely. Good amount of physical. I definitely noticed that. And heading, again, he's 6'2". He's going to win some headers every now and then. And obviously the 4-star, 5-star is lovely. So let me know down below if you are going to be completing Havertz. The question of the day was, what formation do you play right now? And make sure you do like and subscribe. I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.